Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. Today, a somewhat curious thing that has occurred to me recently. I've had a long-standing conversation on Short Funk associated with the quality of my migraines and a variety of other things that have been affecting me through recent months. But one of the things that struck me that was rather curious was that my handwriting has changed. It's now completely different. I mean, some of the strokes are similar, maybe some of the P's and D's and these kind of things, but I now have, additional curls and components to my handwriting that was never there previously. And when I write now, I'm actually quite struck by how different my handwriting is. I'm not sure what actually happened, what triggered this, why it has changed as it has over recent weeks, but I've got to say, I actually prefer my new handwriting. It's more condensed, it looks more considered, and what I found through this new handwriting is really that I've discarded basically a good portion of my prior whimsy that existed in my handwriting to this new handwriting style. I do wonder what causes people to change their handwriting. In fact, I wonder this particularly now as I'm recording a short funk about it, because I probably could talk more eloquently for an extended period of time associated with the causes of handwriting change. But as I haven't actually done this, I am slightly curious associated with what components of the musculature and brain relate to handwriting specifically. Now, recently I've been doing a variety of new things in terms of my body. My wife and I go out on a regular bike ride. I'll talk about that in a future short funk. But also I've been doing not necessarily gardening at an industrial scale, but certainly gardening beyond the standards of gardening that I'd used previously, and gardening that also requires me to move around pots. So I wonder if this kind of gardening might have actually changed my handwriting style. If my musculature in my hands have become slightly finer grain, perhaps I'm noticing certain things in, subtle hand gestures. I play the piano periodically, or at least I play an electronic keyboard, which might as well be a piano because it has reasonable weighting like a piano. And I've thought to myself that in general, most of my movements have changed from, strictly up-down kind of keyboard movements to a variety of interesting twists and turns and things that I use my hands for now in the garden more frequently. So maybe actually it's this musculature change that is changing my handwriting and not some unmedically traced stroke or something like that might be changing my handwriting. But as I said, I like my new handwriting. I think it's here to stay. And it'll be somewhat curious when I discover old handwritten pieces. Truth be told, I don't handwrite very frequently, but it is something that I have associated with myself, and now a former self, and going forward a future self. All very curious. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.